Hey guys, welcome back to the next episode of the Ramblin Rebels. I'm Noah Trepanier, your host, with Lee Myers, your other host, and today we're here with Camryn Loving. Camryn Loving, can you tell us a little bit about yourself and like what you do as a person and how you are?
I'm Camryn. I am a senior at Riverside. I play 4 sports: swimming, volleyball, soccer, and softball. I've gone to Riverside since I was 3 years old, and I plan on graduating in May. My favorite sport might be volleyball right now, but softball is the one I'm best at, and it's the one that I feel like we could go really far this year and do really well. I'm also the senior class vice president.
Senior class vice president. So would you find yourself popular in the senior class or
I don't think the word popular fits. I think that going to such a small school, everybody really knows each other pretty well. Like, our class sizes are pretty small, so basically everybody knows everybody, and I would consider every single person in my senior class a friend of mine.
right? So you said volleyball is your favorite sport. Why is that? Like
This might sound funny, but because it's indoors. So
indoors. That's
it definitely feels a lot better to play volleyball than to play soccer in the freezing cold. Volleyball's just fun. It's a sport where you're never really standing still. Like, there's something to do every single play. You have somewhere to be every single second of the game, and it's really just fun to compete, have rallies, and winning is just fun.
right. So tell us a little bit more about the volleyball team and like how y'all season is going so far and how you feel y'all season is gonna end up.
We're kind of a fair weather team right now. I think our record is 6-7. We win as much as we lose, and it could be better. We have so much potential, haven't really reached it yet. We started off this season struggling a little bit because we lost Grace Trepanier, who was a really tall middle, and losing that big of a block can really hurt a volleyball team, especially with our height because we have a lot of short girls. So we've really just been trying different things, seeing what works, working on team chemistry and stuff like that.
Right. And going back to what you said, indoor. What about soccer? Like, what about it? Like,
Soccer is killer. You are running for hours straight. You really don't get many breaks, and it's a winter sport, so it's freezing cold, and cold sweats ain't no joke.
They're really bad. Oh, okay.
okay, guys. So we had a slight intermission. There was a fire alarm, and we all got scared. We got nervous. We didn't know
We're
it was.
alive.
We didn't know it was a drill.
We're fine. But while we were out there, Cameron, we noticed your parking spot. Tell us a little bit about your parking spot.
This year, my parking spot is SpongeBob themed. It's the little slide cards when they switch between clips on the show. It says like 15 years later, and that's what mine says since I've been here for 15 years. That's basically it. It's Bikini Bottom.
Bikini Bottom.
Yep.
Love it.
Where did your love from volleyball and softball come from?
Growing up, my mom played collegiate softball at Southeastern, and my dad went to college for football, so I was raised in a home full of athletes. And I started swimming and playing softball when I was 3 years old at Laredo. And since then, I've just really liked competing, and I've just tried different things. I played basketball before. I started playing soccer my freshman year. I just really love to compete, basically.
What's some stuff that you like doing outside of like sports and school? Like, what's some hobbies that you have?
I like to read books. This summer, I got a job at Black and Gold Nutrition making loaded teas, so that was something new for me. And in my downtime there, I just basically read. I like to watch Netflix. I just started watching Game of Thrones on HBO Max. Pretty weird, but I'm liking it.
You know, I love that show, but I'm a big nerd. Like, I like all the.
Oh, I'm a
all the
total
medieval
nerd,
stuff.
yes.
Like, I like The Hobbit, Lord of the Rings, stuff like that.
Harry Potter is by far my favorite.
Oh, Harry Potter is really good too.
Read all the books during quarantine.
So what would you say on your teams, like your volleyball team, who's someone that you really synergize with really well?
The person I feel like I trust the most on our volleyball team would probably be Chloe. She's our setter, and I've played many sports with her growing up, so I just know her really well, and I trust her. And Anna Claire Mastretta, too. We do every single thing together, so there's just that level of trust playing sports with people. Yep.
Gotcha. So, I'm going to get to the good questions. What is your favorite food at Riverside?
Okay, so this is kind of, I have two answers. This year, it would have to be the tacos, which we're having today. But in the past few years, my whole overall Riverside experience is Chili Mac. Because Miss Lee's Chili Mac is on another freaking level. It is the best. This year, though, something's different about it. I just don't know what it is.
What you mean?
Like the taco, it just overshadows the Chili Mac. Like, I can't describe it. Like, we're using thicker cheese now. The coloring's different. I don't even know. It's just not the same.
It's not the same.
Yeah.
Might be an old batch.
I
Yeah.
think a lot of people agree that the Chili Mac's a lot different now, and I think we should start a petition to bring back the old
agree.
recipe. You know, that's a pretty big thing that'll all the alumni remember, the Chili Mac, how good it was, and pretty much it would sell out just like the tacos do. Like, everyone would get that. Like, it would just be, the line would pretty much wrap around the whole cafeteria. So, yeah.
So, outside of school, is there like a certain restaurant or something like that you like to go to?
Oh, don't get me started. Kobe. Freaking the LSU roll at Kobe in Laplace. Best food I've ever had in my life. After games, everything. Like, the whole team will travel to Laplace, go eat some Kobe. They got the hibachi, they got the rice, they got snow crab rolls, but the LSU roll, best.
So would you say seafood's your best kind of food, like your favorite?
Yes, I would say that.
Seafood?
I mean,
What about
Being from here, you eat seafood all the time. I mean, they got crawfish in that LSU roll, you know.
Yeah.
It's just where you grew up, basically.
So what about, like, what do you do for pregame, like, food, or post game you'll have Kobe, but like what about like pregame? Right?
Pre-game, this year I've started something different. I am a pizza Lunchable junkie this year.
Pizza Lunchables.
Yes, pizza Lunchables, no other kind. I will eat 2 of them before every single volleyball game, and I put a couple of my teammates on too. We sit there and we eat pizza Lunchables in the locker room before every single game, and I have one in my bag right now because we have an away game today.
Are you serious?
I swear.
That is funny.
That's great.
That's the first time
That's
I've
commitment.
heard. That is commitment. You have pizza
Every
Lunchables every single game.
Yes, it's like a
That's
superstition now.
pretty costly, huh?
Yeah, I mean, that's my mom's problem.
That's your mom.
So what's it like walking around the halls and seeing both your mom and your brother working as faculty?
It's something I've gotten used to pretty easily. I mean, me and my brothers have gone here our whole lives, so I'm not surprised seeing them in hallways. Definitely this year it's different, though, because Jordan teaches classes, and all my friends call him Coach Jordan, which I've never heard that before. And my mom, she's worked here a while, too, so I've always just seen her around. I know a lot of people here, like Miss Mazzella, a lot of teachers I've grown up with, basically, and just seeing my family in the hallways, just, it's fun, and not a lot of people can say they've experienced that.
So would you say it's like more like you spend more time with the people that you know rather than like with like your friends? Like you'd hang out with like teachers sometimes, or you'd hang out with like people that are related to you?
I would say it's all the same. Coming from Riverside, we're all just a family.
Right.
Like, everybody knows everybody, like I said before. So real family versus Riverside family, I mean, they all kind of blend together at some point.
Right. And I totally agree because, you know, I know everybody at this school. Lee knows mostly everybody at this school. You know everybody. Like, it's just a family that we have.
Yeah.
I totally agree. Is
So
there any
do you
questions you
think-
want to ask us as the host?
I want to know what y'all think about the Chili Mac.
You know what we think about the
Honestly,
Chili
the Chili Mac, I definitely see a difference, but like when it comes to lunch, I'm just gonna eat whatever, as long as it's not like raw or
See,
like gonna make me sick.
I think that if we all just collectively go on strike, nobody
agree.
eats the new Chili Mac. We all just go on strike and just don't eat it. They will have to bring the old Chili Mac back.
There was nothing like the old Chili Mac.
There was nothing like it.
You
It
can't
was-
compare it. Like, I'm just so stuck on that.
I think we should
Right.
make a petition. You know.
I agree.
You know what? We're going to post on the Rebel Express
That
that
maybe
as a poll.
as a poll. Yeah. What do you guys think about?
What
the
do you
Chili
guys think about the new Chili Mac compared to the old Chili Mac? All right.
Mac? That's a pretty good poll. So before we close it off, we're gonna have the next section of the podcast for this episode be your brother Jordan. Is there anything you think he's specifically gonna say, or anything that we should bring up to him that he might find funny?
It's football season. I mean, He can talk for hours about anything sports related, but I mean, just get him going. I mean, he'll talk about football the whole time. I think you should definitely ask him about his little relationship with Luke Emo. It's a little weird if you ask me.
Gotcha.
All right. So Camryn, I got one more question for you before we leave.
All right.
Are you fired up?
I am fired up.
All right. Well, that's the first half of this episode, and we're gonna see you back again with Jordan Loving. All right, and we are back for the second half of the Ramblin' Rebels podcast with the Lovings, and we now have Jordan. Say hello, Jordan.
How you doing, guys? Good to be on here.
Coach Jordan, I got a question for you. Are you fired up right now? It's
I'm
game day.
always fired up, Noah Trepanier. It is game day. Rebels are doing well. Rebels are back. Good times.
Good times.
So how are we feeling about the game tonight? What are some things that we can expect out of the team tonight?
Feeling pretty good about it overall. They got a good team. They're off to a good start, 5-0, number one in the power points in Division 4. They got a really good running back. He's very fast. But with that being said, I feel like we got a really good game plan, a really good team as well. You know, I think defensively we play sound, we get them on the ground, we'll be fine. And then offensively, I just feel like if we just execute, play our game, we'll have success and we'll score some points. So I'm feeling good. I'm excited. Missed a Rebel night, good atmosphere. Get a lot of guys back on campus, and you know, playing against the number one team in Division 4, where we want to be right now.
Right.
So what's it like walking down the hallways and seeing your sister and your mom as well teaching?
It's mom. That's normal. You know, she taught since I was in 6th grade here, and you know, I always go get my lunch out of there. And nothing with that has changed. My sister, seeing her in her friend group from the 6th grade to seniors is kind of she's grown up and she's going to college next year. My brother lived with me a year in college, so yeah, time really does fly. So it's different, but I'm proud of her, happier, and just yeah.
Do you have her in any of your like classes? Like, is she one of your students or?
No, I don't. She I guess sports med was too good for her, so she didn't want to take it.
Too good.
Right. Going back to what you were saying about it's a Mr. Rebel night. You are past Mr. Rebel, and so is your dad. How was that?
It's pretty cool. It's something that, you know, some people don't quite understand, but it means a lot. You know, the Henry Donaldson Memorial Award means a lot to, you know, Riverside, but my family specifically. And I know for my dad in '86, I believe that was a big deal for him winning. And I just know for him to be able to kind of be a part of the program, watching me play and seeing me win the awards and just seeing us put a good product on the field and winning the state championship that year, I know, you know, we got Riverside in our blood. I know it means a lot to him. It means a lot to me. So it's a big deal.
So what would you say? Like, what position did you play back in high school?
Quarterback.
You played quarterback.
Played quarterback. Went to LSU as a walk-on as a quarterback, and then I went to Southeastern quarterback and finished up very end of my career briefly at tight end. So.
What was it like working with LSU?
That was a cool experience. You know, I'd be lying to you if I told you, you know, I got exactly what I wanted. You know, everybody wants to play over there. Everybody wants to be the guy, but behind a pretty good one over there. Won the Heisman Trophy, so, and just got to be around some good coaches too. Learned a lot of ball for that year. Good atmosphere coming out of Tiger Stadium. It was pretty cool. That was actually the year before we won the national championship, and you know, everybody asked me, you didn't get the national championship. Well, no, I didn't, but I felt like at the time I made the best decision for myself going to Southeastern, and I got good memories at LSU, created a lot of friends there, and you know, got to see the development of it and leading up prior to the national championship, kind of the work it took for them to get there.
Right.
It's pretty cool.
So, in high school, is there anybody that you like clicked with and like you hung out with a lot?
I'd say high school wise, I've always had a pretty big friend group, and it's kind of stayed that way. You know, we still have our Snapchat group messages. We still hang out sometimes on weekends. No one person in particular. I'd say we had a tight group. You know, whether it's football guys, of course, but just guys you grew up with, hanging around, riding golf cart with in reserve. You know,
right?
And nothing really changes.
Totally agree with that one.
So, your sister mentioned whenever she was on the podcast, she wanted us to ask you about like what's your relationship with Luke on the team.
She wanted me.
Yeah, she mentioned it in her section, and she said that we should bring it up to you as a.
I'd say we have a really good relationship. I'd say we go about our business. I think, Luke's somebody I've coached since I was 20 years old. So him and I are pretty close. Getting to work with him, getting to work with some of the receivers, just seeing the offense kind of develop from day one of spring ball. And we're still not there yet, but to where we are now, it's been pretty cool just watching him and the offense grow and mature, not only as a player but as a person. And just some of the questions he's starting to ask. He's seeing the field a little better, understanding the game more and more. And it's been fun working with him. He's got a lot of talent. He's an athletic kid, really good baseball player, and he's got a really strong arm. So Luke's somebody, I've been close with, and I really enjoy working with him. I'm missing when he's gone.
Right. So what's some stuff that you like doing outside of coaching football and football in general? Like, what's some of your hobbies?
Watching football.
Watching football?
So it's funny, on the weekends, the coaches, we break down the film, we ODK it, right? We offense, defense, kick, and we tag it, what we think how we would label it so we can break it down and watch it with the players and kind of best game plan for it. While I'm doing that, I've got the college games on, and then on Sunday I've got the NFL games on. So I'm a very simple person. I enjoy spending time with my wife. Recently married, we got a kid on the way. I'm really excited about that. Nervous as hell, but I'm excited about that. Just enjoy spending time with my family and friends. I'm not a complicated person.
Right.
What you see is what you get with me.
Right. So you say you spend your whole weekend doing that? Is there like?
I'd say that. I'd say Saturdays we watch film for a couple hours with the players. Get out of here around 11. Take me a little nap. And then I wake up. Then I do a few hours of breaking down film and kind of watching ball. And then on Sunday the coaches come in. We usually work from around 8 to 12. And then kind of after that I'm kind of working on my own, relaxing, and then whatever game is on, I just kind of have that playing in the background. Got a dog too, giving her some love. Old Mina, pit bull mixed with cane corso.
Really?
Big girl, big strong girl, big old baby. Drools everywhere, but you gotta love her.
That's funny. So we always bring up food on this podcast.
Oh, I'm a big food guy. I can eat.
What is your favorite Riverside lunch, and what is your favorite food just from a restaurant anywhere? Like, what is your favorite place to go?
So Riverside food, I've been here since I was 4. Chili Mac, hands down.
Chili Mac.
Some people may or may not agree with that. I've heard mixed reviews on it. But if you're
just
Riverside through and through, Chili Mac is the way to go.
Do you think that it
100%.
changed, like, this year compared to the other years before? Because a lot of people have said that too, and your sister.
I think
actually
people are just looking for a reason to complain. And granted, I hadn't been back in a while. I came back last January. I started. So I couldn't really tell you how it was the years prior after I graduated, but I love me some Chili Mac.
Just all Chili Mac.
Chili Mac, but all the lunches are good. Like, we have really good high school lunches, like Monday jambalaya white beans, red beans, and then the spaghetti or the Chili Mac on Tuesday. Like, I still know the lunch schedule. It's Miss Lee and them, Miss Dana, they do a really good job. I hate when people don't like the lunches. Things are good.
Right.
Food outside of, I'm a big steak guy. I like
Steak.
steak, steak with a little veggies, potato. Yeah.
How do you like your steak? Like,
I kind of tinker with it. Like, I started kind of medium, but then I've gotten a little more to where I like a little bit more red in it. So I just kind of eyeball it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Have you ever had a rare steak?
I have not.
Never had a rare.
No, I think that's.
A little too much.
Yeah, I'm not quite going down that road.
So medium rare is like where.
Yeah,
it's-
I'll kind of in between medium and medium rares.
Mhm.
Yeah.
yeah, me, whenever I go to a fancy restaurant, you gotta get a medium rare steak.
Yeah,
If you go to a
fancy-
fancy restaurant, you
Fancy
get
is
the
medium rare for sure.
Oh yeah. And I actually, some people might think this is gross. I really don't care, but the fat on a steak is good.
Yes,
Fat gives
All right,
the flavor.
I'm glad we agree on that.
100%.
I'll save that for last because it's good.
So is there anywhere like you specifically like to go to have steak, or like your favorite steak spot or something like that?
Since I moved back home, we hadn't really been going out to eat a lot. No, I wouldn't say one place in particular.
It's just
Mike
all
Anderson's is really good. They got a good selection over there. And we don't really, this place doesn't have steak, but my wife and I sometimes we go to Harbor Seafood. We'll get crawfish and oysters over there. That's what we like a lot
Yeah.
too. But no, just in general, if I'm at a restaurant, I'm looking on the menu for like a 12-ounce ribeye or something like that.
It's always this.
Yeah, I'm gonna
steak.
find a yes.
You gonna search that menu too?
So what's some other things that we can expect coming up this season? Seeing as we're starting to close the podcast, as to what's some things we can expect out of like the football team? Like, is there any fundraisers? Is there anything that you need help on?
So we just had the fundraiser at the bank, put on by the Falgoos and Mr. Randy Cascio, kind of raising money there. In the spring, okay, this is kind of a while down the line, but we have the annual golf tournament. We did a really good job last year, kind of Coach Mickey Russo being back on campus, just bringing, family after family back, raising money in the golf tournament. So I'd say those are two big ones. I would not. We have a couple football pools out there. I think it's LSU, Alabama, but for the most part, our big fundraiser is the one at Garrettville Bank we had last weekend, and then the golf tournament in the spring. I think it's sometime in April.
Right. So one question I did forget to ask you, since you do watch a lot of football, what would be your top 3 college teams?
College? Well, obviously Alabama and Georgia have just been at the top last couple of years. I hadn't really been keyed into the college football playoff or the AP rankings or anything like that. I've just kind of been watching in the background. I know last couple of years they fell off. Clemson's historically been good. You're always pulling for LSU to be in there. But to me, Alabama and Georgia are the 2 top dogs. And until somebody trumps them, they just got the best coaches and the best players, and it's pretty simple. I'm more of an NFL guy, I'd say, just because I don't know. I feel like there's a lot more parity in the NFL. There's a lot of teams right now that are 2-2. Everybody's just kind of beating everybody, and I kind of like that. With the draft, it kind of balances out. There's good players everywhere, but the draft kind of balances out the pecking order. If you finish last the year before, well, now you get the first pick. Yeah. So it kind of balances out the league. Whereas college, especially with NIL now, and I really like college football. But college football, there's the top dog kind of, and then there's everyone else.
Yeah.
That's why I'm kind of more leaning towards the NFL.
What's your favorite NFL team?
Oh, Saints through and through. We're slumping right now, but I'm not out on the Saints. We played the Seahawks this week. I feel like we can get this win. We get back to 2-3. Everybody else in the division right now is 2-2. I'm not out on the Saints. Jameis is a little banged up right now. We're banged up at the receiver position. Kamara's hurt. It hadn't been playing great football, a little sloppy football, but tough loss in London last week. That was heartbreaking. We double doinked it from 61 yards. Really unfortunate. Pulling for the Saints to turn it around, but if not, I'm a Saints guy, no doubt. And but I do like watching good football outside of that, and obviously people are gonna say, oh, you can't pull for Brady, he plays for Buck. Well, I do like watching Brady. If he's playing the Saints, I'm 100% pulling for the Saints. If not, though, I just respect the fact that he's 45 years old still, carving it up in the NFL. That's impressive to me. And the quarterback play to me is just really good right now. You got Aaron Rodgers out in Green Bay. That's really what I like. Good quarterback play. Josh Allen, Pat Mahomes, Joe Burrow.
Who do you think's the best?
Justin Herbert. Who
do you think's the best?
Oh man.
Besides Brady, because everybody.
Well, Brady to me Brady's obviously the GOAT. He won 7 Super Bowls in the NFL. Nobody will ever do that again in my lifetime. I don't think that'll happen. That's tough. Right now, Josh Allen is really incredible. The things he can do running the football, he runs like a running back, and he's just got he's got a cannon. The wind blows 30 miles an hour in Buffalo, and you never know it. He just freaking rifles that thing. So Josh Allen, to me, is up there right now. And Aaron Rodgers has won the MVP the last 2 years, so he can just the way he can throw the ball, he just kind of flips it from any platform, any arm angle. He's just out there with his single button chin strap and his flow just chilling. And the game looks so slow to him, so I enjoy watching him play too.
All right, well, this is the end of the Loving podcast. This is Jordan Loving again, and we thank you so much for being on the show today. We just got done with exam week.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, that's pretty much it. We do have our donations on the Rebel Express website, so feel free to donate and suggest anything that we could do, anyone we could take in
the comments. If y'all have questions y'all want to ask us or ask other people or see other people on the podcast, be free to comment on this and we'll get straight to it.
All right, and that's the end.
Thank you for having me on, guys. is this a year-long thing? Like y'all got this all year?
Yes.
Have us back on in baseball, softball season. I feel like, Rebels are good right now in football. I'm excited to see what we do, how we finish the rest of the season, how we continue to get better, and where we fall in the playoffs and the run we make at it. I'm excited about the spring, too, for the Rebels. The Rebels softball. Elena Felton's in here right now. Favorite female athlete in the school outside of Camryn Loving. And then I feel like we got some good things going in baseball right now, too. So it's an exciting time, and I'm excited to be a part of it. Thank you for having me on, guys.
Yep,
No problem.